Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Amnesia Memories for Kent's storyline. And let's see, we're already on August 20th, so we're a good portion along on his storyline. Let's see, what happened last time? Oh yeah, that's right. We told Kent about our memory loss. It's really sad because we actually remembered that we didn't actually like Kent when we first started going out. So I don't know why we started going out with him. I mean, just because we wanted to prove to him, like it was a challenge, I guess. We wanted to prove to him that love exists, that it's not just empirical data or whatever. Which really we shouldn't have seen as a challenge because, I mean, if you're not the one that's in love with him, then you're probably not really the one for the job, right? But I don't know, I guess she figured, or we figured, that we could find a way to, even though we didn't love him. But since we ended up getting amnesia and this could be an alternate version of ourselves, we fell in love with him, or at least I fell in love with him. And I know some of you out there have fallen in love with him. And I think our character has probably fallen in love with him by now. I feel like we should reassure Kent that no matter what, we've grown to like him now. Even if we didn't like him before, no matter what we thought of him before. We do like him now. Although, you know, our character doesn't seem to like to bother to talk that much. Well, let's shoulder on, shall we? You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Looks like someone's here. I wonder if it's Kent. Can you get up? Think you can walk to the door?
Good morning. Mind if I come in? Of course I don't mind if you stay in bed. You don't have any family around, right? I came here to look after you.
Because we passed out because of all the memories coming back.
How are you feeling? Think you can eat? I bought nutritious and sweet foods that are easy to eat. A simple and effective way to replenish stamina. I'll get you some water. Don't worry about me, just lie down.
Oh, he's taking care of us, that's so sweet.
Kent is really nice. He really is like a different person from when we first met. I wonder if Kent changed. Or maybe he was always a nice guy if you never got mad at him. But he was saying things like he's used to being disliked. In that case, Kent must have changed completely in the past 3 weeks. That conference is really important to him, but he's here taking care of you instead of preparing.
Yeah, that worries me.
Oh, are you dizzy? Sorry, now's not the time to be thinking deeply. Just sleep. I'll keep watch to make sure Kent doesn't try anything funny.
Oh, Kent's not going to try anything funny. He's an honorable man. He's shown us that much.
Good night, Dirili.
Night, Orion.
Dirili, what's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, sorry. You were just sleeping.
That was a shock. I can't tell if he's taking care of you or making you more tired.
Please, just don't die.
Why does he think we're going to die?
She's not dying.
Don't go anywhere. I will do anything for your sake. At first, this relationship was simply engaging my interest. I thought it would be fine if we broke up eventually. But I know now what it's like to be with you. I couldn't bear to lose you now. Do you wish to go to the hospital? Or should I call a doctor here? If there's anything I can do, just let me know.
I just want to tell him. I want to tell him why you're so exhausted and why you can't go to the hospital. I want to tell him that not having anything to jog your memories is the most dangerous thing. You agree, don't you? You can see just how much Kent's worried about you. He said that you could ask him for anything. I wonder if that includes asking him to believe in the existence of spirits. I doubt it.
What is it? Is there something you need?
Will you believe me if I tell you something?
What? Do you have a secret even more shocking than the fact that you don't have memories?
The reason why I don't have memories?
So, you're going to tell him? That's right. You don't want to keep any secrets from someone who's worried about you.
15 minutes later, That's all it takes for me to explain all this crazy stuff? Does he think we're pulling his leg?
Are you testing my determination? I told you that I'd do anything, and if you ask me to believe you, I'd be a liar if I didn't. I understand. Let's say that you are possessed by a spirit.
Not possessed by a spirit, he's just linked to us.
It's not hypothetical.
No, I believe you. There's a spirit possessing you. This isn't an actual illness, and you don't want to go to a hospital. The spirit will disappear if you regain your memories. On the other hand, if your memories remain sealed, that spirit will encroach further into your mind. That sums up the condition you're in. We'll talk with these points under the assumption that I understand.
It seems a bit like he doesn't believe you. Well, even if he's pretending to believe you, that's good enough.
It may seem senseless at a glance, but this story is backed up by several factors. One of the reasons I had a difficult time believing you had amnesia was because you seemed overly calm. Normally, one would be in a confused panic without memories, since one couldn't possibly get by alone. While you couldn't trust anyone at first, I couldn't comprehend why you would hesitate to tell anyone for this long. Also, you had full memories of general social knowledge. Normally, one would go to a hospital or the police if they found themselves in your situation. However, you didn't take such an action that would be considered normal. You behaved in a way that would hide your memory loss. To be honest, I don't see why. However, if your absurd actions had an absurd reason, I can understand somewhat. And that reason is something like out of a fairy tale. This spirit, as you called it, told you to do this.
Oh, that kind of makes me sound psychotic.
When he says it like that, it sounds more like I'm an evil spirit possessing your body.
There are other things that concerned me. After losing your memories, you would always focus your gaze somewhere else while you were thinking. Your gaze wouldn't shift from that place for a while. It was a strange habit. But I can understand why, if you happen to be looking at something I couldn't see.
I get it. Whenever I start talking like this, you always look at me.
Anyway, setting aside the question of whether this spirit is really a spirit or not, I can fully understand the explanation that you are able to perceive an absurd being similar to that.
Huh? That was unexpected. And his reasoning was unexpected too.
Also, it seems that this spirit is becoming more distant the more your memories are stimulated. The cerebral cortex is the part of the brain that stores what we call memories.
Did he just start a difficult topic?
And if you're able to remember these memories via various stimuli, that means there's no damage to your cerebral cortex. And there are no issues with the memories you've made after the start of your amnesia. We can assume there's no damage to the frontal lobe, responsible for recalling memories, or the hippocampus responsible for organizing memories. The only issue present is that you can't recall matters from the past that you should know. For example, if the cerebral cortex is a wardrobe, and the hippocampus is a table upon which you lay your memories out after removing them from the wardrobe. The only thing the spirit is impeding is the opening of the older drawers in that wardrobe. If we think about your experiences until now, the spirit becoming more distant as memories are regained, opening those old drawers causes the spirit clinging to them to be thrown off. It doesn't matter which old drawers are opened. However, it doesn't seem that the newer drawers are included. So, spirit, is my explanation correct?
Wait, is he asking me? I don't know that.
If you have an answer, spirit, write it down on a piece of paper. I'd like to communicate through writing.
Communicate through writing? Me with Kent? Right, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet me. Listen, spirit, I'm requesting an answer in regards to the assumptions I have just explained.
I don't know if that's correct or not.
It doesn't seem to be a smart being.
Be polite.
Oh, be quiet.
However, this is a very human response. It seems there really is another being inside your head. In that case, I should try to interact with it more humanely.
If you know how.
It's nice to meet you, Spirit. I'm probably the first person to greet you.
What about me? Didn't I greet him?
You really are. What a surprise.
Well, aren't I rude for not greeting him?
You are surprised. You seem to be a cheerful character. Anyway, Spirit, do you wish to leave her body as soon as possible?
Of course I do, but I was too worried to leave before finding someone she can trust.
I see. So, I'm not someone that can be trusted.
I think you can be trusted, but you're going to be leaving to study abroad soon.
That's true. I see. So that's why it doesn't seem like you have much enthusiasm for recovering her memories.
Well, I do want to recover them, but it hasn't been going well. But I definitely want her to recover everything one day and return to her normal life. I just wanted to avoid rushing and putting her in a bad situation. Sure, I'll be gone once we separate, but she still has to live out her life afterwards.
I see. It seems your spirit is a very kind-hearted spirit. If you'd like to recover those memories more quickly, I can think of several ways I could help.
Really?
I could talk of memories to provide her with the adequate stimulation, and I could also get in touch with Sawa, Toma, and the others to do so. Creating new drawers of memories would be another way to utilize their cooperation. It seems you haven't remembered many memories up until now. If that amount is enough to make the spirit start fading away, it shouldn't be too difficult to free the rest of those drawers. If you desire it, I'll promise to continue helping you after I return from abroad.
Of course I want that. Let's see. But I gotta say... Is it okay if I remember? Why am I asking him that? Of course it's okay if I remember. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to like him anymore, although he's worried about that apparently.
Of course, I don't mind. Sorry, I was upset yesterday. It's only natural for me to help you regain your normal life. Even that not-so-bright spirit was able to see that as the natural course of action.
You said you were going to be nice to him!
What was I thinking?
Is he calling me dumb?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm sorry, Orion.
Spirit, I'm sorry about the actions I've taken in the past. I'll prioritize her happiness from now on. Could you feel at ease and just leave her to me?
Well, if that's really what you want, I think that would be best, Kent.
Even if you leave me as a result of regaining your memories, I promise I'll do what I can to make sure there are no difficulties in your life. So don't worry, you can rely on me.
Kent? I think it's a good thing that you're her boyfriend, Kent.
I see. Thank you. I need to do my best to live up to those words.
August 21st.
We're here. We're pretty used to coming over to Kent's house now. Hello?
Yes, coming.
Wait, who's this?
My, and who are you?
Oh, could she be Kent's mom? Nobody's ever home, so this is the first time we've met anyone else.
Mother, she's someone I know.
Oh, Kent! I didn't know you were coming to answer the door.
She's my guest. More importantly, don't you have a cold? Why did you get up?
You don't want to introduce me as your girlfriend?
Dirili, you too.
What?
Are you feeling okay already? You don't have to force yourself to visit.
My, how kind! Is she your girlfriend?
Mother, just return to bed.
Am I right?
Well, yes.
Oh dear, you never told me you had a girlfriend before. Why didn't you say anything? You should introduce us.
We aren't at the stage where I need to introduce her to my parents yet.
You should stay over for dinner tonight. I'll tell my husband to come home early too.
Mother, she's only just recovered, and you took time off work too. You should just go back to bed.
I'm fine now. So, is that okay with you? Let's see. Thank you, I'll stay over.
Sorry about this, Dirili. If you don't feel well at any point, feel free to go back home.
Yes, don't push yourself.
Mother, you're the one who's pushing herself.
But it's rare for me to have time off work like this. You'll be going abroad soon, so you might not have many more chances to see her. You should make good use of that opportunity, and it would be efficient to introduce ourselves properly today, since we've just met. Your father would agree too.
Well, that's true, but...
This entire family is full of rational thinkers.
Regardless, standing around here isn't good for someone in your condition. Come in.
Ah, yes, of course, please come right in. I'll go make some tea.
You should go to bed. Sorry for the surprise. My mother's rarely at home, but she wasn't feeling well today. She may appear well, but she has a fever of 38 degrees Celsius.
Seriously?
Oh, and you likely don't know this. My mother is a lawyer, and my father researches mathematics at a university.
So he takes after his dad.
They're both busy and are rarely at home. In fact, before I started dating you, I spent most of my time at the university as well. Now, I'm staying at home as often as I can. I just thought it would be easier for you to visit here. However, it's also true that some work can't be done outside the university. I don't have many days left. I was actually planning to go there this afternoon. I'm sorry, but it might be difficult to meet with you until the conference is over. Although you probably don't mind, I'm the one who wants to see you.
I'm lonely too, I want to see you.
I see. Then I'll call you. How does that sound?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's gotten better at texting.
That reminds me, you two have never had a conversation on the phone like a couple would.
I see. So, this is the purpose of calling and messaging a woman you're dating. It's a supplement for the time that you can't meet in person.
He never realized this before?
Interesting. I'm finally beginning to understand why you didn't like the messages I sent before.
What? He understands?
The next time I send you a message, I'll do my best to include content that encourages conversation. Also, there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. You've already come all this way today, but I'd like it if you didn't walk around outside alone anymore. Someone should accompany you, especially when you're out late in areas without many people around.
Yeah, I've already determined that because of Ukyo. Aren't you supposed to walk us home every night?
I'm concerned about that man Ukyo. Seeing how you don't have your memories, there's a chance that he'll try to take advantage of that for reasons unknown. It would be preferable if you check to make sure he's not around before you go somewhere, at least for 1 week.
I see. That's right. He even showed up where you work very frequently. We can't say for sure, but he isn't planning to take advantage of you, so it's best to be cautious.
Although, if you're feeling nervous about it, you might find the constant looking around to be more tiring. I might just be worrying more than necessary, because I can't always be at your side, and even less so now. Anyway, just stay here for today. Starting tomorrow, I'll make arrangements with Sawa, Mine, and the others to provide you with information. I'm sure you'll want to regain your memories as soon as possible. If you hear information from them, you might begin to remember things. But to be honest, I'm afraid, because I can't be certain of what you'll remember. It might be just an excuse that I'm busy preparing for the conference. In a way, I don't want to see the gradual change in your attitude towards me once you remember everything. But I still know it's selfish of me not to want you to remember these things, since they are yours to remember. Don't hold back for my sake. Go and reclaim your memories.
I wonder if you'd really start to dislike Kent if you remembered everything. What have you forgotten? What happened between you and Kent? I really doubt anything would make you start disliking him at this point.
Yeah, me too.
You don't remember anything. I guess we have no idea what will happen when you do remember.
Go right ahead. Eat as much as you want. Oh, Kent looks exactly like his father. Well, actually, I guess... Well, he's got his mother's hair. Why does Kent look so mad? Is it just me, or does he look kind of mad?
What? Didn't she have a cold? What's with this elegant meal?
Mother, it seems she's shocked in thinking that you made this. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Our meals are mostly takeout or catered. My husband and Kent and I are hardly at home. There's not much meaning in cooking meals every day, since it's beyond our necessity.
I don't think this is a matter of necessity.
This is obviously for prioritizing efficiency. If you think about our working wages per hour, it's far cheaper to order food than to make it ourselves.
Wages per hour? You're converting the time to prepare food into amounts of money?
Oh, that does make sense, actually. And taking a meal's nutritional value into consideration, food carefully prepared by professionals is far more balanced than something I could make last minute. That's true too. This is also far more effective to expand our son's palate. And that's why we prefer not to prepare food ourselves. I realize this is fairly unusual, but do you understand our reasoning?
I can totally see why Kent turned out the way he is.
Still, you're quite a lovely young lady. Yes, as we'd expected from our son. Well, one's genes attract others most optimal for combination with one's own. This isn't a surprise at all. Of course, we fully believed you would bring a lovely young lady home, Kent. I'm not sure if I chose the optimal genes or not. How dare you say that in front of me? Is that so? By the way, could you possibly feel dissatisfied? I'm not dissatisfied, but she might be. Oh dear, are you two fighting? That's not really it. It's okay. Romantic emotions are instinctual for the survival of a species. It'll turn out fine in the end. I hope so. Young lady, Kent may be a little stubborn, but he's an excellent son. Even if you and Kent have a disagreement, I believe it would be of value to consider a future with him. While our household may have nothing of real merit to pass down, I can guarantee the chance of you having any discomfort in your life is extremely low. Oh, also don't worry. We don't have any intentions of interfering with your time together. She's saying we'll have privacy if we're in his room? Father, Mother, those are not the kind of issues she's concerned with. However, such terms are very important in marriage, although I can understand why you may prioritize emotions over those. We aren't at that stage yet. This is why I said I didn't want to introduce you yet. Anyway, you don't have to say anything concerning our dating. I'll handle this myself. Well, I suppose it's another important point for a man to prove his qualities. Oh, this is a great family.
Thanks for having us. That was a strange dinner. Kent's family is interesting, but they're also kind of weird. Although, Kent's the same way.
Are you tired? I'm sorry about the sudden change of plans. Let's just walk back slowly.
Actually, compared to those parents of his, Kent seems a lot more like a normal human. There's part of Kent that doesn't just work based off reason. He's got some feelings. Dirili, do you feel the same way?
Before I employed the same reasoning as my parents do. It's natural to select the optimal woman for species preservation. The emotional change known as love occurs, and that leads to marriage. But, ironically, the woman whom I favored disliked me. I feel as though I'm not in control, and I keep making mistakes. It may even affect my preparations for the most important and life-changing event of my academic career. Is it really what my genes are commanding me to do? In that case, my genes are defective.
Oh, don't think that.
Either that, or I may just have to admit that there's no rational reason behind love, just as you said. I've been thinking on this a lot lately.
Love is definitely irrational.
I see. Lately, I've actually been wondering if that's the case. Because I've given my heart to someone I might not even have a future with.
Aww. August 22nd.
So bored. The next chance we'll have to see Kent is probably the conference on the 25th. Yeah, it's his big moment. You wouldn't want to miss it. But you were told not to go outside alone. And is a math conference really something that outsiders can attend? I'm sure Kent is really busy, so we wouldn't want to bother him. Oh, right. I wonder if Iki's going. You exchanged numbers with Iki before. Maybe you can message him.
Good idea.
Wow, he's quick at responding.
Received a new message.
It's okay. I'm going to be there helping out, so I'll make sure you can get in. Oh, should I pick you up from your place while I'm at it?
He's so nice and devoted.
Well, let's hope he's not going to take that opportunity to try to seduce us without his eyes.
This is kind of a breath of fresh air. We're so used to awkward interactions with Kent, I'm almost worried that we're being tricked. Anyway, I want to ask him? Let's reply.
By the way, is this a secret from Kent? I'd be more than happy to help make him jealous.
Oh, stop. He really will get super jealous. Why are you hesitating? Are you really thinking that you want him to get jealous?
Kind of.
It is pretty cute. Let's see. No, that would be inappropriate, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. It seems like Kent is really sensitive when it comes to Iki. If you make him jealous just because, it could turn into a huge ordeal. You don't need to test Kent like that. We're already sure that he likes you.
Yes, he's so adorable. I love his earnestness. Received a new message.
What? You won't do it? Well, then I'll just tell him we'll be going together.
Anyway, that settles our plans for 3 days from now. The issue now is what we should do with these 3 days. Kent was saying that he talked to Sawa and the others. I wonder what he told them.
Speak of the devil yet again. Every single time.
Ah, speaking of which, you're getting a call from Sawa.
Oh, hello. It's me. Hey, I just heard a really interesting story from Kent. You're going to be in a movie about your college life? What? Why did Kent make up this weird story? He didn't want to tell everybody we had amnesia. It was okay as long as it was coming from him, I think. I thought we kind of had things sorted out. Okay, this is going to be weird, isn't it?
What?
He said to talk to you about any events that may have left an impression. Is that true?
I see. An autobiographical movie. Great idea, Kent. Although, he'll probably just say that it was an obvious idea.
It's hard to think of any events that left an impression on you. I've been thinking for a while about things that have happened, but nothing really stands out. Maybe Kent's study group left the biggest impression.
Tell us more. Amazing! It sounds like we'll be able to gather new information from the comfort of our home.
Let's see. I think that all started when you and Mine and I talked after work one day. She was just going after guys like she usually does, and the three of us got really carried away. Ah, I remember that day. Sawa, Mine, and I planned out the study group while laughing and walking. Mine went to a different university, but we knew her from the walk and got along well. Apparently, there was a really handsome guy at her school, and the plan was to have him teach the study group. But the person who actually taught the class was one of his friends. He was really different, unlike anyone I had met before. He tried to explain everything through reason, and it was surprising to me. I was really taken aback. And I started thinking that I wanted to talk to him more. Right. I was really shocked when I met him on that path through the cemetery. After that, I started talking to Kent every morning. And then what happened? Sorry, that's about all I can remember. I'll call you if I remember anything else. I'll try talking to Mine, Toma, and some other people at school.
Uh-oh. The news that you're making a movie is going to spread pretty far. You heard a lot of stories, but your memories didn't come back.
A little bit did.
Maybe it wasn't enough. Wait, did you remember something? And I just didn't see it?
Apparently.
I see. So our senses aren't completely connected anymore. That makes sense. Lately you've been remembering all kinds of things. I'm glad, although it's a little lonely for me. But it doesn't seem like you got dizzy, and you seem happy too. Did a good memory come back? Aw, I kinda wanted to see it too. What kind of memory was it? Can you tell me?
Aw, Orion is like my girlfriend. August 23rd.
Oh, you have a visitor. Be right there.
Ooh, and I gotta end this video here. Oh, I do feel bad for Orion being a little bit sad and lonely, not being quite as connected to us as he had been before. But hopefully once he does separate from us, he can go back to Fairy World and he has lots of friends and family there and he can be happy. Well, let's hope really that we make a lot more progress before Kent goes off for his journey. Oh man, what is the deal with this movie thing? This is just a weird idea to me. What are they going to do when they realize that there's no... Are we just going to say we quit the movie idea? It was just too much work. We decided not to do it. I don't know. Well, anyway, I hope to see you in my future videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.